What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chris, man. So I'm here on September 13th, 2021. Another episode of the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. Uh, Conversations with CD, your boy CD, me, Chris Drummond. Got a special guest coming on today, my boy Justin Walters. He is from WPIX. He is a sports reporter and an anchor. The guy's been also a sports director. He's also been a sports reporter and an anchor at different affiliations. He is also an NABJ, which is the National Association of Black Journalists. He's an NABJ associate member, just like myself. So you know I got to catch up with my man. At week one, he was at the historic win, Duke versus Charlotte, in the football game. Charlotte upset the Duke Blue Devils. This past week, he was at the Giants doing the Giants game when they played the Denver Broncos, although the Giants came out with a loss. So he's a New York native, and we're going to definitely chop it up with him, talk with him, see what some of his favorite things is, see what he likes to do, and get some of his answers on how he got into the industry. LaSalle alum. So I'm looking forward to talking to my brother this morning and rapping the tape for him, man, on this beautiful day, and appreciating him for coming on to the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. And without any further ado, I'm definitely going to bring him on, and that's my man, Justin Walters. Good morning, my man. What's going on with you?
I'm good, man. How's everything on your end?
Oh, everything is great. Everything is great. I'm blessed. It's early, but it's all good. I appreciate you coming on with me.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. Apologies for the minor delay.
No problem. No problem with that. First off, just want to start off by always asking, how are you and your family doing during these pandemic times? You know, it's still kind of crazy out there, although people think the pandemic is over.
Yeah, absolutely. My family, thankfully, is doing well. No complaints. My sister actually just celebrated her birthday. So, yeah, we're doing well, in good spirits.
I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that, my man. So without any further ado, my NABJ brother, I'm gonna just get into it. I want you to talk about growing up as a New York native, and what were your inspirations, or what were your role models, and why did you gravitate towards going towards a sports career in the media field?
Yeah, let's start with the latter. I've always
Right.
been a talkative kid, and unfortunately, that's gotten me into trouble a lot of times in school. I remember this one teacher in sixth grade. She used to say it's just in time. And that means that I would just take over the entire class, no matter if there was a lesson going on or not, and just constantly just rattle off just my thoughts and opinions. So I guess that evolved into me trying to get paid in some capacity. I've always had a passion for sports, but just like any kid, I would be sitting at a lunchroom table. We would all be talking about what's the top sports subject, who's better, LeBron or Jordan, who's better, Kobe at the time when I was growing up, or Jordan, even though they both have a very similar style and Kobe paid homage to him. But yeah, I think that evolved into me just wanting to do more in the sports realm and be passionate about something. And I'm extremely passionate about this. The first part of your question, who am I inspired by? There's a handful of people, some still on this earth, like Robin Roberts, as well as Brian Gumbel, those that have passed away, like Stuart Scott. I'm a student of the game. I constantly am looking at literally old ESPN takes, whether it be Dan Patrick and Keith Olbermann late at night, and just watching like the big show, because
Yeah.
those were some of the forefathers of ESPN. So yeah, I'm inspired by a lot of sportscasters on just because I think that there are people that have paved the way and broken this glass ceiling. So I definitely want to make sure that I give them their dues.
Oh, no doubt. Love the answer. Yeah, Stuart Scott. Anybody that's watched the sports game know how important Stuart Scott was to just sports journalism as a whole. No doubt about it. Definitely one of the people I looked at. You can throw Scott Van Pelt in there. You mentioned Robert Roberts as well. So yeah, those are some great names, some great people to follow after for sure. You went to LaSalle University, which is is it right outside of Philadelphia or is it in Philadelphia?
Hey,
Uh,
now it's in Philly. It's in Philly, the city of brotherly hate. Yes, LaSalle, the Fighting Explorers. Nah, Philly has a great conglomerate of schools. It's known as the Big Six. So you have LaSalle, UPenn, Drexel, St.
Yeah,
Joseph's, and Villanova. So there's a lot of schools right there adjacent to you. And then on the outskirts of Philly, there's so many other universities. I love the Philly experience for school.
absolutely. I want to know, were there any other schools that could have persuaded you from LaSalle University?
I had some interest in Syracuse, just like any other journalism person, because Newhouse is the prestige school. You can't turn on a TV without seeing a Newhouse grad.
Right.
Minor interest in Maryland. Ithaca College has a good journalism program. But yeah, it was probably between LaSalle, Ithaca, Syracuse, and maybe Maryland was one of the outsiders.
Okay, I like that. I like that. One, my next question for you is because recently, or well, I would say recently, you went to Peru for a vacation, I believe. Can you talk to me? Give me at least three of your favorite things when you went there that you witnessed in Peru. That's a beautiful, beautiful country.
Yeah, man, traveling is my vice. You have to get a blue passport. Get those stamps ASAP. But
I
let's give
promise I
you the
will.
top three. Yes, honestly, you can't call New York, LA, whatever city you consider in America the best city in the world if you haven't traveled the world. Don't talk to me if you've only stayed in the US. To each his own, but I'm not trying to be arrogant, but seriously, that is how I feel. I do feel that people need to get outside of their comfort zone. To go back to your question, Machu Picchu, one of the seven new wonders of the world, beautiful sights from the summit. I enjoyed my experience. Not a crazy hike, even if you're not into hiking, but it's certainly worth the views up top. I also did a cooking class in Peru. That was super dope with my partner. We were out there and we made lomo saltado. We made these Peruvian donuts.
Okay.
I forgot a couple of the other dishes that we made, but it was really cool and neat. And if I could give you one more other takeaway, I'm trying to. Not Juana Picchu, the Huacachina. It's a beautiful oasis.
Okay.
And I took a picture of it and it's on my social media where it literally looks like an island because it is this small town right behind you. I did sand dunes, sandboarding out there. It was phenomenal. Love the experience in Peru. And I'm trying to check off another country. I have a goal, a list of 100 things I want to accomplish before I leave this earth. And on there is travel to two new countries a year. The pandemic has put that to bed in some aspects, but
Yeah.
every year I'm at least able to get to one new country. And Peru this year was that. Last year I did Turkey during the pandemic, which was not was definitely my top three. And I did Sedona, a new city. So that's how I kind of cheated, even though I wasn't able to do two new countries that year in 2020.
Right. No, that's pretty dope. I was living through you, man. Fam, I'll be honest with you. You took the pictures. I was like, man, Peru, that looks damn good to be out there. The weather, it had to be a little hot. Was it a little hot out there though?
It wasn't that bad at all.
Okay.
Their 75 really feels like an 85. You know,
Okay.
when you're in South America and other places, like go out to LA, their 90 feels scorching hot.
Yeah.
It's Arizona, the humidity, Florida. We know that humidity hits differently.
Yeah.
So I think it's based on the region. So I thought we went during the perfect time.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you some of your favorite things, and then off the rip, you just tell me some of the favorite things that you like to do. Favorite food.
Oxtail and dumpling, easy. With
Wow.
some yams on the side, over some rice and peas. Shit, throw some plantains in there. I'm Jamaican, so A1.
Got you. Favorite music genre.
Hip hop and R&B.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an old soul from my pops, so
Yeah.
I love listening to old school music. Like Roy Ayers, Everybody Loves the Sunshine is one of the first songs that comes to mind. I love Anita Baker or Alicia Myers. I want to thank you. Yeah, I just love old school music.
No doubt, no doubt. I definitely can relate to that. You know, pops definitely has an old soul. My pops, I have an old soul from my pops, I should say. So yeah, no doubt, I can relate to that. movie genre. What's your favorite movie genre?
Thriller. I like suspense.
Okay.
I also like action. I love comedy. Dang, I love movies. My girl will tell you I'm gonna probably go to the first time since the pandemic started to go to the movies soon. I'd like to check out Candyman. I want to support Jordan Peele. The director's name slips my mind. She's a sister. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is the main actor in it. I know he's going to be in The Matrix.
Yep.
But I love movies. Life is one of my favorite movies with Martin and
Eddie
Murphy. Yeah, The Upper Room.
No doubt. This is one of my favorite movies too. I seen Candyman. I'm not going to tell you about it. You got to go watch it for yourself. And, let me know how you feel about it.
Did you enjoy it at least?
I did enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Okay. Favorite place you ever traveled to?
Greece. Serene. The churches out there with the blue tops. It's better than what you see in the postcard. Really is beautiful.
Okay.
Santorini, Mykonos, Athens, Acropolis, the Parthenon. I love Greek food. Yeah. They call gyros over there. The correct pronunciation is gyros. Okay. But of course, we Americans love to switch up everything. We call it gyros. But yeah, man, loved it. Greece is definitely number one country.
I'm glad you told me that, Justin, because I used to call them gyros. I was like, gyros over here. Like, you get a gyro.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Right? So let me ask you the last favorite question. Favorite sport you like to play, but also favorite sport you like to watch?
That's easy. Favorite sport to play is basketball. I'm a basketball player by heart. Anytime I'm at a game and I feel like the ball comes to me, I'm like Carmelo in the stands when it came to him. He's like, and I'm about to shoot, and then you just pull back. That's me. And the favorite sport to watch, when I was at yesterday, the Giants game, easy. Football every week matters. Now we have 18 games, 18 weeks, 17 games.
Yeah.
So we'll have those off schedule or off records. But yeah, football, Sunday I'm glued to the TV. It looks like I'm going to be 2-0 for my fantasy. I'm 1-1 for 1-0 in each one so far. Fingers crossed, as long as Baltimore's defense holds up. But yeah, man, football, there's nothing like it.
Well, I tell you this, I got Lamar Jackson and Josh Jacobs going. So I need them to ball out tonight because I'm going to be 0-1 if they don't. That's for sure in my fantasy team. And I
think you have a good chance. How many points are you down?
Last time I checked, it was 35.
And you have both of them on your team?
Yes.
Easy. You can win that game. Because Jacobs is a PPR?
Yeah, it's a PPR.
Oh, yeah. You should be good.
Okay.
Easy. You should. Okay. I'm not saying that you should be nervous, but it's a balance of you should be very calm. 35 points, like Matthew said, 50. That means you're but for Josh Jacobs, a starting running back who's really good, people are down on, and Lamar is a walking 25-point. Yeah, whether he gets touchdowns or not, because he's going to be running, he's racking up that, and he's going to be passing. Yeah. Now, if you don't win, my bad, but that ain't my fault. But I do have ultimate and supreme confidence in you that you'll be able to pull this one out.
I'm hoping so, man. And I got to apologize for your Giants because, oh man, it's gonna be a long season for them boys. Look, it's definitely gonna be a long.
And you ain't gotta apologize to me. I ain't a Giants fan. I'm an Eagles fan. Jalen Hurts, baby, gang. Let's go. We going to the Super Bowl. Let's go. I'm telling you, easy. Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. We got this. Brandon Graham.
They put it on us yesterday down here in the ATL. They put it on us down here, put a hurting on us down here yesterday. So
yeah, it's just one week. I ain't one of those fans, but yeah, I'm not a Giants fan. I just have to cover all New York teams.
I understand. Okay, so you graduate from LaSalle University, and even doing all the gigs that you did, because you've been a sports director before, as we talked before. and you've done sports anchoring and reporting for quite some time. What have you learned the most from your time from LaSalle that you apply to your life today, as far as what you do as far as work goes?
You're always learning, and I think you have to be adaptable. The industry is a lot different than when I graduated in 2012. Digital, streaming, everything is constantly evolving. So I think as a journalist, you have to find different tools to add to your backpack, be proficient in social media, following athletes. There used to be times where it was just breaking news and you would watch TV. Now athletes are controlling their messages, whether it be uninterrupted or any other platform that's out there.
Right.
So as a journalist, you're always going back to the drawing board, at least for me personally, and finding out ways that you can level up. I think you have to look at yourself as a championship team. No championship team should rest their laurels on, okay, we won this year, we can do it again next year. Yes, but you have to understand there's a lot of luck involved in that. I do consider myself very lucky in terms of the evolution of my career and where I've got here. But I do go back and I say like, okay, what can I have done better? And the same things that I did in 2012, I can't do in 2013 when I graduated. And I remember looking for positions and knowing that looking for work is a full-time job in itself. So yeah, I think you're constantly evolving. You have to find ways to grow and be comfortable being uncomfortable. If there are things that you want to do, I think there's a saying, if you want to get to where you've never been before, you have to do things that you've never done before. So I know sometimes these sayings are cliche, but I do think in terms of staying ready so you never have to get ready, you can do those type of things and pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone.
I definitely like what you said, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. That's pretty much my mantra right there. I love that because it's so true. You know, some people love to stay in their comfort zone, and you talked about it earlier with the traveling. You got to get out of your comfort zone to be able to fully experience life, fully experience what the job entails. Just because you know how to do something really well doesn't mean you can't learn something else really well as well. You know, the more versatile you are in this industry, as I'm learning, the better asset you are to a company, to yourself, and that's for sure. I want to ask you about, because you do a lot of different things. You was in Charlotte covering the Duke Blue Devils when they upsetted the Blue Devils in football. Then you came back to New York covering the New York sport. You're traveling, you're doing a lot of different things, my man. How do you maintain your work life and also social life balance, and also still maintain good mental health? Because maintaining mental health is different for everybody. How do you maintain that being in this professional field?
Yeah, let's start with the latter. You have to take time to just be alone, at least for me, and hit the reset button. Whether you're not being on social media, you find your little pockets of availability. I like to watch movies and relax, meditation, praying, reading scripture with my partner. Those are some small things that have really helped me keep or stay even keel when it comes to my mentals. As Marshawn Lynch said, keep your mentals in your chicken.
Right.
Yeah. So in terms of the balance with social and work, I do have friends, but I'm just hungry. I worked 7 days last week. I worked 7 days this upcoming week because I'm going out to West Virginia for another football game at Marshall. And I think that's just part of the process, that you have to prioritize what's important. I do think the balance of social life is important, but I understand that I'm in a prime timeline right now for where I can maximize my talents and have upward mobility. College football season is busy. I also know I'm doing stuff with picks because it's football season. I'm very fortunate to be able to balance both, at least for now. But I do think that you just have to, it's all about priorities. I do have good check-ins. I have a great support system, family and friends, where you can still catch up with people, whether it's just text message. One of my close friends who's super busy sent me a random text message yesterday, just checking in, seeing how everything is. And we just went back and forth for some few text messages, but that was important to me. And I do those with other friends. I'm one of those people that I'll constantly reach out. So also with the pandemic, I'm not really trying to be out and about. I've always been a homebody. So that gives me an excuse not to see people. Of course, you want to see some of your close friends. One of my close friends, he has a kid. I was able to finally meet him in person. And there's other people that are having weddings that I've been invited to. So you go to those, but I'm fine right now. I just want to focus on work. I know people say like, oh, you need the social life. And I do like that, but I've always been a homebody. If I was perfectly fine, it would just be my main core and my family, and then it would just be all work. And that's cool with me because I know, as you mentioned, the other opportunities that I had, I went to Peru, I went to Turkey, and I went other places just because I love traveling. So I maximize and I try to do it big when I get those opportunities, but I also understand come fall, like it's going to be grind season. Like just be ready to put in a lot of hours. So that's cool for me.
Now
that's probably not the best advice to everybody, but that's cool with me right now.
Nah, that's dope. I mean, listen, you got to be you. And listen, from me to you, man, it's inspiration. It really is. It's inspiration to see you do what you do. Because you're doing it because you love it. You out there working. You say 7 days a week. You know, people like, damn, you work 7 days a week, but people don't realize that, you know, you preparing for this, and this is what you love to do, and this is what you are preparing yourself to do. And you love every aspect of what you do as far as covering sports, right? You know what the grind is going to be like, but you also know, hey, I got to get my chicken, and I got to do what I got to do, and I'm comfortable within myself to where I don't need to be going out and about because like you said, you have your main core. To me, that's inspiring for any kind of journalist, not just yourself, but any journalist that's out there working and grinding because it's something that I want to do. I want to be in the profession as well, and I want to be one day saying, man, I'm covering this game this day, I'm covering this game this day, and I'm covering this game this day, and have options that people may call me up and say, hey, Chris, you want to do this? So, man, keep doing what you're doing because I've been paying attention. And like I said, it's inspiring and it self-motivates me to continue doing what I'm doing as well. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, man. That means a lot. I really do appreciate those words.
No doubt. It's real. This or that. I want to ask you some this or that questions. You just pick one or the other, and then we move along, okay? So,
all right.
First one, drive-ins or theaters? Or movie theaters, I should say.
Movie theaters. Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
That's easy. I'd rather.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'd just rather be chilling. Now that they got the recliner, I've only been to a handful of drive-ins, but yeah, easily movie theater.
You know, I'm a drive-in kind of guy because I like to get that KFC bucket of chicken, you know, and get that $20 fill up and then roll to the drive-in and eat that thing, turn on the radio and watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Dog, we can't be friends if you eating KFC. It's only Popeyes around here.
Well, listen, I'm a Popeyes guy too, but you know, when it's a $20 fill up, you got to pay that $20. They don't have no $20 fill up at Popeyes. You know what I'm saying? But you know, KFC, I eat both, but Popeyes a little bit more. Popeyes a little bit more. I'm in the South. They represent Popeyes.
All right.
Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Thanksgiving. I see more family and everyone. I love yams, mac and cheese. So yeah, easy Thanksgiving.
I'm Thanksgiving too, man. I am. No question about it. Give me that baked macaroni and cheese. Give me them collard greens, and we good. So I feel you on that. Basketball or football?
Football. Yeah, I already spoke about how I prefer covering it, watching it. So yeah, easy. Football.
Okay, I like that. MJ or Brady?
Oh, you need to give me more context. What sport are they playing? You can't just say MJ or Brady. You got to give me more context, Playboy.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, here we go. MJ, I'm talking about who do you think is the better player in their sport? MJ or Tom Brady?
Oh, if you're framing it like that, it's Michael Jordan, the better
Okay.
player in their
Okay.
sport.
Yes.
Football is more of a team sport than basketball. The better individual player, Michael Jordan.
Gotcha. Okay. Anchoring or reporting?
I go back and forth with this all the time. I'll probably say reporting, but in a perfect world, I can anchor and report remotely. There's nothing like being at a stadium to feel the energy and the buzz. So anchors, of course, are the faces of companies and they get the really special assignments, but I'd like to anchor from a stadium or from an arena. That is the best of both worlds to me. So you can feel that electricity rather than tossing out to a reporter
Right.
and saying like, wow, it looked like it was really great out there when you can only see it on TV. Seeing it and feeling it are two different things.
Oh, no question. No doubt about that. Okay. Last one. And this one is about wings. Lemon pepper or barbecue?
Honey barbecue.
Okay. My man. Honey, okay. I'm about to say. Like to say, hold up. I was like, hold on, we got to shut this down. And he don't say barbecue on this thing, man. Because barbecue is
or that mambo sauce. That Mamba sauce.
Oh,
that's A1. If you ain't never had it, just Google it, Playboy. I'm telling you, man. Just look it up. Throw it in that Amazon cart ASAP.
I got you. Mamba, you said Mamba sauce.
Yes. There's also Mumbo sauce. They're both good.
Mumbo. Okay. All right. I got you. I'm gonna definitely Google that. There's no question about that. Now, we talked about it at the top of the show. NABJ. You are affiliated with it. Can you talk about why you wanted to join it, for one, and two, what is your role in it now?
Sure. My mom actually originally introduced me to it when I was in college. And it was just a simple premise to be able to be surrounded by other people that look like you. They're navigating uncharted waters. They're not going to be, or there going to be things that they can share with me as I climb up the ladder. And I've been able to create and generate great friends, expand my network through that. And I'm very fortunate that NABJ has been my family and a good foundation for me. My role in it now is that I'm a co-chair of the NABJ Sports Task Force Mentor Committee, just trying to pair people with mentors and mentees so they know that people have their backs, especially now during these tough times when you're not able to get that face-to-face interaction. I always share with people, if you're able to go to the annual convention or some of the regional conferences, you're really not getting the benefit of NABJ because then you're just looking at a screen, you're applying to things, but being out there is a lot better. So you can rub shoulders with people and then you see them in the press boxes, yada, yada. Yeah, I love NABJ. Got nothing but love for them.
Yeah, I plan on, I believe next year's convention is in Houston. And I may be.
No, Vegas.
Vegas. Okay. I stand corrected. My apologies. And I plan on going to the Vegas convention. There's no question about that. And like you said, rubbing elbows, building networks. I joined because of those same reasons that you talked about. People that actually look like us, doing journalistic type of things that can share stories, that can give advice, and obviously you've been instrumental in that as well, talking to me, and also JA, someone that you tapped in with me, maybe tap in with him. So it's been awesome for sure. We have come to the point where we are going to do some trivia. How good are you at your New York sports trivia?
We about to find out. I covered them. I don't know how good I am at this trivia, but we're going to see how deep you go into the Rolodex.
Well, listen, we got 4 questions. It's not that, these, it's going to start off cupcake, but it's going to get harder as we go. Okay?
All right. We're going to see.
So, the first question I have, In 2009, what team did the New York Yankees beat to win the World Series?
Philadelphia Phillies.
Correct. All right.
Yeah, that was a cupcake. You're right.
I told you it was going to start off that way. Now, here we go. It's the second question. In 1994 and 1999, the New York Knicks made it to the NBA Finals. What were the two teams that they played against in both of those years?
99 was the Spurs. And then in 94 wasn't the Rockets, was it?
Correct.
It was.
Okay. It was. You didn't seem so confident on that one, but yes, it was.
I was just double checking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just one of those. If I had to put it down, yeah. Okay. All right. So that means I'm now 3 for 3.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, you are. That was a two-part question. So here we go. Now it's gonna get a little harder.
We 3 for 3 in my book.
Okay. Gonna get a little harder on this one. All right. So now, the Yankees, back to the Yankees. They won in 96, 98, 99, and 2000. What were the teams that they faced in those 4 World Series?
Repeat the years again.
96, 98, 99, 2000. What were the teams that they faced in those years?
Hey, what kind of question is that? You got me going really deep.
I told you it gets harder.
This is a 4-part question. Come on, dog.
Hey,
what type of question is that?
Hey, I told you it gets harder as it goes.
Hey, man, I'm gonna talk to the creator of these questions. That's all I'm gonna say. Shoot, I was born in 1990, and you want me to remember all the teams that they beat when I was just a young cub? Like, at least ask me, like, what was the last championship in New York? We haven't had one since 2011 with the Giants. Like, come on, dog. Man, I'm just gonna pass. Just gonna pass. Okay. I ain't gonna even rattle off. Go ahead.
It's okay. I got you, Justin. I got you. So listen, 96 was the Atlanta Braves. Okay. 98 was my San Diego Padres. 99 was also the Atlanta Braves. And 2000 was the New York Mets. That was the Subway Series.
Subway. Well, I knew that one, but after you started deep in the 90s, I was like, nah, I'm good.
Here's the last one. This one's more recent, okay? Now, the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2007. The very next year, They was the number 1 seed, but they lost in their first playoff game. Who defeated them? You should know this.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Exactly. Correct. The Eagles beat the Giants the very next year. Your team. Fly, Eagles, fly.
All right. So I was 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5.
3 out of 4. You was good.
All right.
Yeah.
With your 4-part question. Like, who asked a 4-part question, man? What were the teams that they played in 90? Come on, man. All these 90s questions. I'm a 90s baby, but hey, man, we're gonna let it rock. I'll take my 75% from the line. It's better than Ben Simmons.
It's better. You ain't lying about that. You ain't lying. Okay. So I'm gonna get you out of here on this one. What advice would you give any up-and-coming person that wants to be in this sports media industry field?
Find out your why. I think that's always important. And I don't just mean like the cliche, like, hey, if you're passionate about it, let's go all into this. But if you really know your why, like, what do you really want your mark to be in this industry or in any career path? For me, it's telling people stories and trying to inspire those that look like me. I love the medium of television because you see a Black face, but you may not interact with this person, but you never know who you're inspiring. I always love seeing the videos and pictures posted by some of my friends that are Black women where you have young girls watching them, representation matters. It was like when Obama not really getting into politics, but you saw a Black man enter into the White House and know, okay, yes, we can. It was that hope factor. So that's what I really want to do in television. I feel like I do have a gift or a talent. I'm not really sure what God wants me to do eventually with this. I feel like I am on the right path and navigating this correctly. But I found out my why very early on, and I've relied on my faith, my friends, and my family to constantly try to, I guess, navigate these unknown times and these uncharted waters. But yeah, knowing my why was very important. And I think if you know your why, that'll push you and it'll help you, I guess, really lean on that, knowing that sometimes you're really just not going to really like what you're doing. But once you do that, I think you'll figure out all the rest.
I love it. I love it. A lot of things that we touched up on today. Find your why. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Make sure you get a damn passport and travel. Don't ask no 4-part questions no more. But there's a lot of different things that we have covered here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. Just a couple more things that I'll say before I let you go. One, I am definitely looking for, as far as occupation goes, looking for different things. I'm looking at all different kind of in the States, roles, and also in New York. Obviously, that's where I have family, and I love to be around and surrounded by family. And I'm also thinking about going to master's school out there as well. If you were to hear anything as far as roles go, as I've always said to you, same thing. Please don't hesitate to shoot it my way, for sure. I'll take a look at it, see if it fits me. Last thing I want to mention is that keep doing your thing. I'm paying attention to what you do, and many others are too, I'm sure. And you do such a great job with anything that you do, whether it's in studio, reporting at a site. I love what you do, man. And it really is. It really, truly is a blessing to have people like you talk to me like this and hop on my podcast. With that being said, as I always finish every podcast, is there anything else you would like to add before we conclude?
Nah, man, I got you. We'll look out for any opportunities and make sure that we wrap offline. I understand that this is podcast relevant, but thank you for the invite. I'm looking forward to listening to the final version. And yeah, you know where to find me, dog.
Absolutely, Justin. Take care. Have a great week, great time at Marshall, and have a blessed Monday, baby. I'm out.
I appreciate it, man. Take care.